धन्यवाद.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, sir. Sir, absolutely, this is not as far as the opposition is concerned, this is not a happiest moment by which moving a resolution under Article 94(3) to remove the Speaker, the highest democratic constitutional post, from the office. So it is really an extraordinary measure by which the opposition is compelled to move such a resolution. What are the reasons by which this resolution is moved? It is well explained by the previous speakers. So I would like to say that this is the basic purpose of moving such a resolution is, as per the Constitution, to confront a profound and systematic erosion of the parliamentary trust and democratic integrity. In order to protect the values of the democratic principles of the parliamentary democracy, we are forced to move such a resolution. Sir, previous two instances by which the resolution was discussed in the House, when G.V. Maulankarji was the Speaker on 18th December 1954 and 15th April 1987, when Birla Jakar was the Speaker of the House. And also in my experience in Kerala State Legislative Assembly, 4 instances were there by which the motions were not carried even, but it was discussed in detail. So all this would goes to establish the fact the highest democratic post, even the Speaker, is not beyond the scrutiny of the legislature. That is a point which we would like to establish. And the first Speaker of Lok Sabha in 1952, G.V. Maulankarji, he has stated, I would like to quote that speech. It is the crux of the issue will come within that speech. Sir, I would like to quote, for real democracy, one has to look not merely in the provisions of the Constitution or the rules and regulations made for the conduct of the business in the legislature, but one has to foster a real democratic spirit in those who from the legislature. If this fundamentally is borne in mind, it will be clear that though questions would be decided by majorities, though it is decided by majorities, parliamentary government will not be possible if it is reduced to a mere counting of heads or hands. If we are to go by merely majority, we shall be fostering the seeds of fascism, violence and revolt. If on the other hand we could help to foster a spirit of tolerance, a spirit of freedom of discussion, a spirit of understanding, we shall be fostering the spirit of democracy, unquote. Sir, it is very clear. That means, sir, Balram Jakar, he has spoken. Sir, I would like to quote, the authority of the Speaker does not come from the rules alone. It comes from trust and confidence of all sections of the House, unquote. That means that the rules may grant authority, but impartiality ends legitimacy. So, Somnath Chatterjee, the then Speaker, I would like to quote, the Speaker is not the master of the House is the master, and the Speaker is its servant, unquote. So, all this would goes to show that Parliament belongs to both majority and minority. So, in a democracy, the government has the absolute mandate to govern. Sir, please kindly, I'm not going to any controversial issues. Please. Sir, in a democracy, the government has to absolute mandate to govern. Sir, please have the tolerance to hear. Similarly, the opposition has the equal responsibility to hold the government accountable. The Speaker's chair is the bridge that ensures both these roles functions with dignity. Sir, the right to dissent is the essence of the democracy. Freedom of dissent and freedom of debate are the hallmarks of parliamentary democracy. I feel that the floor of the House is the best forum by which the dissent of the people can be made. If the access to the floor is restricted or closed, then this entire system will be suffocated. Sir, please. And eventually, one day it will get destroyed. Sir, within 2 minutes I will conclude. Within 2 minutes. Sir, the office of the Speaker plays a vital role not only in maintaining the dignity of the House, but also to protect and strengthen the great position it occupies in our constitutional setup. So, Parliament is not the exclusive property of the ruling party or of the treasury benches. The opposition is an integral part of our parliamentary democratic system. But with all humility, let me say that sufficient and affordable opportunity may be given, in particular to the leader of the opposition. Let me make one sentence. As far as the customary convention of the House, just Pappu Yadav has said, I am also in this House from 1996 onwards. Whenever the leader of opposition rises from his seat, It is a convention of the House that he will be allowed to intervene. Similarly, in the case of ministers, sir, please, similarly, in the case of ministers, whenever the minister rises from his seat, the chair will be allowing the minister to speak. It is the convention. There is no rule, but it is a customary convention of the rule. But unfortunately, recently, the leader of opposition is being restricted to speak whenever he speaks. So that has to be taken into consideration. So, sir, let me concluding sentence.
You have made your point. Mr. Premachandran, you have made your point, I think. So kindly conclude.
Sir, I will conclude with my final thing. I will conclude, sir.
One sentence. One sentence.
So my point is the genuine democratic legitimate rights of the opposition has to be protected. It is not by the speaker alone. The government is also having the bound and responsibility to see that the House is functioning properly. Previously, whenever there is a deadlock in the House, whenever there is a deadlock.
Okay, thank you. Manu Ravi, thank you. Thank you.
But nowadays it is missing, so the government is also having...
Manu Ravi ji.
Sir, respected chairperson.